Nice lamppost. Looking at that fence, I'd guess they had dog issues around here. It was a magnificent building. I wondered if the tabula was really hidden up there.
Howdy. Is this the way up to the monastery?
Yeah, but it's shut. No one allowed in. The monks, they're on strike.
Wow. What happened? Someone make 'em work ungodly hours?
Nah, I don't think that was the problem.
A bench with a view. I guess normally tourists would be fighting over that seat.
Hi there, buddy.
Sorry, we got a virus loose. Whole place is locked down.
Those poor monks. Going on strike when you got a virus. That's the pits.
Whatever. I can't let you in.
Howdy, fella.
Sorry, pal. Monastery's closed. Till further notice.
Oh, gee, well, ain't that just my luck?
Yeah, ain't it?
And my two pretty sisters here are so looking forward to seeing the monastery.
Life's full of disappointments.
Sure seems that way. And the monastery's definitely up there, huh?
It is. But it'll still be there tomorrow.
Oh, we fly back to Austin tonight.
Well, isn't that a shame?
So why's the place closed?
VIP visitors.
Wow, that's exciting. Which VIPs?
A foreign prince.
The Prince of where?
Yeah, that's the one.
Wow!
So we can't let normal folk in.
Oh, of course not. No, not if the Prince of where is there. Did you tell the prince about the virus?
What?
Your buddy said there was a virus. Did you warn the prince?
Well, there's no need. He's, immune.
Oh, of course. Stupid me. Everybody knows that.
Time for you to go, pal.
I guess it is. You have a nice day now.
And you.
I could have attempted to vault the wall, but the thugs would have shot me. I could have attempted to vault the wall, but the thugs would have shot me. I seriously doubt those guards belong here.
I know.
You want to try turning on the charm?
I'll try. What is she doing?
Nico usually gets what she wants. If anyone can charm those guys, it's her. What did he say?
He suggested I do something. I told him it was anatomically impossible.
I'm sure they're Gainan's men.
I agree.
I can't get my head around him being a Gainan. I'm going to stick with Langham.
Good idea, George.
We need to find another way then. Let me have a look around. No way those guys are normal guards.
They're carrying guns.
I know. There's something strange going on. Nice lamppost. Nice lamppost. That was never going to happen. Nope, I needed to try something else. We're moving away from the monastery.
Yes, but with those goons in the way, we have to find a different approach.
Maybe there's some other way around, via the cable car station?
Or at least someone in the can tell us what's going on.
The building looked very new. It must have been modernized recently. Glass canopies sparkled in the sun. Would have been a pain to clean those.
Someone's coming out. Quick, we need to hide. I think it's Lagon.
Block everything off. Lock the whole place down, understand? The tabula's got to be up in the monastery. I'm sure of it. Come on.
Yes, boss.
Close all the routes up to the monastery, and then make the old man talk.
Yes, boss.
This time, don't be so gentle with him.
Did you hear that? They haven't found it yet, but Senor Marquez must be in a bad way.
Listen, I have to follow those bastardos. I might be able to slip through on my own.
Sure. We'll see if we can find another way up. You think she'll be okay?
Eva can handle herself.
It was locked. There was a keypad, but I didn't know the code. The cable car hung midway across the valley. It wasn't moving. The cable car hung midway across the valley. My God! Nico!
What is it?
This telescope! It's free! There were a couple of people stuck in the cable car. They looked kind of familiar. Then I realized it was my old friends Dwayne and Pearl Henderson. The Hendersons had an uncanny way of showing up wherever I went. There was a small chapel perched on the edge of the cliff. It looked ancient. It was the other station for the cable cars. They didn't know I'd seen them. I needed to give them a signal. I signaled them back. I wasn't sure they'd seen it. Pearl was mouthing something and gesturing. Pearl seemed to be writing something on the window. It said, "Help, stuck. Door code 0797. I wondered how Pearl came to know that. I idly wondered whether there was more to find by looking at the scenery. There was a small chapel. Pearl had given me the code to the station door. They already knew I'd seen them. I idly wondered whether there was more to find by looking at the scenery. Wait, what's that? That rock looks familiar. Nico, take a look at this and tell me what you see.
You're right. That rock looks like a head.
I've seen that shape before. Take a look at this. The face in the Ouroboros. It's exactly the same shape as that rock.
That can't be a coincidence.
And you know what? Langham's got the forged picture, the one without the face.
So the rock won't have meant anything to him.
Nico, I don't think the tabula's up at the monastery. I think it's down there somewhere, around that rock. Come on, Nico. Pearl's giving me the code to the door.
What? Pearl? Who? How?
Trust me, Nico. I've got friends in low-hanging places. Huh. There's no one here.
Looks like everything has been shut down.
Help!
We should look around. What was Langham doing in here?
No one was manning the counter.
Anybody?
A metal lunchbox. Someone sure wanted to keep their cheese safe.
Hey, is anybody there?
Whoa! Did you hear that?
We're stuck in here. Help!
How about that, Nico? A talking lunchbox. Huh, what will they think of next? I better take it with me. The cable cars were scheduled to run all day. There was no lock, but the door wouldn't open.
Go away!
Hello?
George, there's someone in there.
Are you all right in there?
Just go away.
The huge cogs were part of the cable car mechanism. They looked very powerful. The wheels were part of the cable car mechanism. The cables were suspended in a huge contraption that ran the cable cars up and down. The control panel looked complicated. It wasn't powered up, and the smell of burnt electrical components hung ominously in the air. The cogs turned, but the rest of the mechanism didn't seem to be engaging. The console circuitry looked pretty complex and dangerous. The console circuitry looked pretty complex and dangerous.
Wait, please. We mean you no harm. Please, come out.
I'm staying right here until I know it's safe.
A talking lunchbox, locked. With no key, I was going to have to find a way to break into it. The box was now wedged in the cogs, or rather, the giant can opener.
That's quite a mess you've made there, George.
You know what they say about making omelets, Nico?
You can't make them without strawberry jam?
Just as I thought, it's a two-way radio.
Can anyone hear me?
Dwayne, this is George. George Stobart.
Holy cow! George! Just the fella I need. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, Dwayne. And don't you worry. I'll have you out of there in a minute.
You reckon you can get the cable car running again?
No, the console isn't working properly. I've got no idea why not.
George, this
Cat to help you. She knows everything about that place.
Cat? Is she the girl in the closet?
Has she locked herself in? Oh, dear. Let me talk to her, darling.
Cat? I found you a friendly voice.
How do you know my name?
Cat, dear, it's me, Pearl.
Pearl? How did you get here? That's not possible.
Listen, darling, it really is me, but I'm talking on the radio. George here is a very decent guy, and you should open the door.
I'm not going to fall for that. Prove it's you.
All right. Remember we discovered we both love musicals?
Yeah? And my favourite one is?
How does it go now? Help me out. I am the very model of a modern major general.
Of information, vegetable, animal, and mineral.
I know the kings of England and I quote the fights historical.
From Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical. I'm very good in integral and differential calculus.
I know the scientific names of beings and homunculus.
In short, it matters vegetable, animal, and mineral.
I am the very model of a modern major general.
All right, only Pearl would know that, and I trust her. Who are you?
I'm George, and this is Nico. How did you end up in a closet?
There were some guys with guns. They took over the whole station. I hid in here.
We're trying to avoid them too.
I was quite surprised, you know. They never mentioned guns at the job interview.
Really? We need to use the cable car. Can you operate it?
Yeah, if the console was working, but they sabotaged it.
And there's no way to get it started?
There might be. Let me see. See that burned out fuse down there?
In the back by the prongs?
Yeah. The idiots stuck a spanner in there and blew the fuse. They wanted to make sure no one could use the cable cars. Connect those two prongs somehow, and the console should restart.
How on earth are we going to reach that?
I don't know. But don't stick your arm in there. You'll get fried.
I needed to avoid touching anything that could give me a shock. I needed to avoid touching anything that could give me a shock. The console looked complicated and dangerous. I needed to electrically connect the two prongs to hotwire the console. I needed a better idea. The paperclip would do the trick connecting the two prongs, but I didn't want to just throw it in there. I might miss. That wasn't quite right. Nothing of interest in there. Nothing of interest in there. Strawberry jam was smeared all over the machinery. The box was mangled beyond repair. Hi, it's Cat, isn't it?
Yeah, Cat D.
Catty. And you run the station?
No, this is just a summer job.
So what do you do when you aren't locked in cupboards?
I'm a designer.
Oh, I knew a designer once. She...
George, we're in a bit of a hurry here.
Of course. I was just curious about Cat.
Yes, I bet.
How come you know about repairing consoles?
I like to know what I'm working with.
Got any ideas how I'm gonna reach those prongs?
Don't you have something useful in your pocket?
Yep, most likely. So what's down there?
There's a little chapel called Santa Cova.
Did those guys go down there too?
Nah, I think they settled for closing down the cable cars.
How do you know Pearl?
She and Dwayne came through here this morning.
You seem like old friends.
I know. It's almost as if I'd seen her before.
She wouldn't be impressed. Never in a month of Sundays. With Langham and his thugs out there, it was far too dangerous to be walking about. Besides, I was convinced that we could make the cable cars work from in here. No one was manning the counter.
Anybody?
Nothing of interest in there. The cable cars were scheduled to run all day. Any ideas on how to reach those prongs in the console?
Oh, if only we had some rubber gloves.
I should have asked Annette for hers.
Well, you can't take everything, George.
The control panel looked complicated. It wasn't powered up. A paperclip from the Vera office. The console looked complicated and dangerous. The cables were suspended in a huge contraption that ran the cable cars up and down. The thought of Trevor armed with a paperclip intrigued me, but I had no way to attach it to him. They didn't go together. I fed Trevor a crumb. He loved that biscuit. Never in a month of Sundays. They didn't go together. I could hear the little fella scuttling around in there. Trevor could help, but I couldn't just throw him in there. I set him down at the edge where it was safe. Go, Trevor, go! There had to be something missing. The paperclip would do the trick connecting the two prongs, but I didn't want to just throw it in there. I might miss. Never in a month of Sundays. Nope. I realized if Trevor could carry the paperclip, then he could hotwire the prongs. But the clip would fall off his back before he got there. That wouldn't have... That was never... Well, I'd done stranger things in my life. The paperclip was now all sticky. I stuck the paperclip onto Trevor's back. He was now fully equipped. Go, Trevor, go! Poor Trevor looked like he needed therapy, but the console was working. The console, it's working.
Cool. I can send you down there if you want. Let me just bring the cable car up here.
Pearl and Dwayne are going to be mighty relieved.
Oh, they must have been going down in the other cable car.
Come on, Nico. There's no time to lose. As we got closer to the face in the rock, I knew for sure that we were on the right track. It was definitely the same as the face in the painting, but with one difference. The symbol of the tabula was missing from the rock formation. Well, here we are.
But no way to reach the face. Let's have a look around. There must be a way up. The chapel looked like it had been built into the cliff face itself. It was a long way down. The door was locked with a high security padlock. No way was I going to get through there. George, the chapel looks like it's been built right into the rock.
You're right. We should take a look inside.
I wonder, how old do you think the chapel is?
I'm guessing the exterior's a couple of 100 years old, but the inside, who knows? Some parts could be much older.
You think somehow this chapel might be connected to the face in the rock?
At a guess, I would say so. Hey, look, it's Pearl and Dwayne.
Come on, honey bun. Things ain't that bad.
You just don't understand. Today's been a disaster.
But
The monastery was closed. We got stuck in the cable car. And now this place is a building site.
aw, sweetie pie.
This was supposed to be the spiritual highlight of our trip, Dwayne. But the only spirit I see is that rotten turpentine over there.
Aw, heck.
Clearly, the Hendersons weren't having a great vacation. It was a stone carving showing a kneeling figure. The wall here was made of bare rock. It looked like the chapel had been built right into it. There was a recess in the wall with a Latin word carved above it. Puritas, purity. I'd seen that word before somewhere. A statue of the Madonna and Child watched over the chapel. A modern plaster altar had been built against the rock. Wood shavings. This was one building site that needed Mr. Tidy. They smelt exotic. My mother always said cleanliness is next to godliness. A battered oil drum had been tucked into the scaffolding. The scaffolding was a little loose. Everything rattled. It made a surprisingly dulcet noise. It produced a dull sound when I rapped my knuckle against it. It produced a dull sound. It produced a dull sound. It was a selection of tools. Great to see you again, Mr. Henderson.
Great to see you too, George. Great work back there with the cable car.
Is Pearl okay?
I wish. I'm afraid we're having one of those days where everything goes wrong.
Tell me about it. What have you been up to since we last met in Quaramonte?
Well, there was that little sideshow in Rome, but we can't talk about that. You know why, George.
I do? I do.
Why?
Top secret.
Need to know, Nico. Dwayne is, snoozer.
Don't you mean a sleeper?
No way, honey. A snoozer's at least 2 pay grades up from a sleeper. So I hear. Anyway, I don't believe I've had the pleasure, Miss,
Nicole Collar. Call me Nico.
Well, how's about that? So this is the beautiful Nico. No wonder you've been hiding her away from me, Georgie boy.
Gosh, no,
It's lovely to finally meet you too, Mr. Henderson. George has told me so much about you.
Oh, call me Dwayne, my dear. And let me assure you of one thing. Everything you've heard is quite possibly true.
Dwayne was loud, large, and short-sighted, but boy, was he a charmer. Is there anything we can do for Pearl?
I sure as hell hope so, George. She's been planning and researching this trip for years, our little pilgrimage. And Santa Cova Chapel here was the cherry on the cake. Not a thing she don't know about this place. Madonna, blah, blah, blah. Chapel built in, yada, yada, yada. She's Santa Cova's very own walking encyclopedia. Well, weeping encyclopedia, I should say.
So what brings you to Santa Cova?
Pearl's idea from the get-go. Ever since the unfortunate car accident back home, she's been scouring those pilgrimage brochures. Gotta be full of wonder and life-changing imagery. Got to have penance potential. Got to offer a real spiritual experience.
Well, I'm sure this place will be very spiritual once it's finished.
If the chapel is not what she expected, how about the monastery?
Hot dog, no. That place is for tourists, not pilgrims.
You said she expected a spiritual experience?
No, that's what the brochure promised. Pilgrimages, little monk fellas, singing, shafts of light, the whole shebang.
Smells, bells, and heavenly lights.
Yeah, that's what the lady wanted. Oh, excuse me. Pearl needs me. There, dear.
Pearl could be a mine of information about the chapel, if we could just cheer her up. The view over the valley was spectacular. Candles could be heavenly. But Pearl had already claimed this little oasis of spirituality as her own. I needed something more striking to get her attention. The hammer produced a promising sound. Well, that was fun. The hammer produced a promising sound. B, if I wasn't mistaken.
What are you up to?
Look, I made a Churchenspiel. Wrong. A. That sounded like an A. B. A. It was Rickety's. B. A. G. Wrong. That didn't sound right. A. G. B. A. A. B. G. A. Well, that was fun. I'd lowered the candelabra. I often wondered what these things looked like close up. I lit the candles on the candelabra. It was a recess in the rock with Puritas carved above it. An empty, coffee-stained mug had been left by the altar. I couldn't see anything unusual about it. I put the shavings in the mug. That was never going to work. That wasn't worth trying. There were some wood shavings in the mug. It was a half-empty bottle of turpentine. I lit the shavings. They smelled not completely unlike sandalwood. The shavings were slowly burning inside the mug. The shavings were slowly burning inside the mug. I needed a... There were some ashes at the bottom of the mug. For a second, I pondered my own mortality. But there's a time and a place, and this wasn't it. Nope, I needed to try something else. I put the shavings in the mug. I lit the shavings. They smelled nice. The hammer produced a promising sound. A. B. G. A. B. A. Well, that was fun. It was a beautiful antique fire hazard. I put the shavings in the mug. I covered the shavings with Brett. Potpourri. Kind of. That wouldn't have worked. I lit the scented shavings. A sweet aroma started to fill the room. Pearl.
Shh, she doesn't want to be disturbed.
Hi, Dwayne.
Hey, George.
How you holding up?
Me? Oh, I'm fine. Pearl, on the other hand.
How's Pearl doing?
She's still pretty upset.
What can you tell me about Santa Cova?
Well, Pearl's the expert, not me. She knows everything there is to know about this chapel.
Did you see the Black Madonna?
Oh, you betcha. She's the little lady we came to see, though Pearl's in too much of a state to even look at her.
Hey, that tune you were whistling earlier, it sounded familiar.
Oh, it's Schubert's Ave Maria. In our courting days, me and Pearl used to hang out with the Campanology Society. It was Pearl's favorite. Oh, excuse me. Pearl needs me. There, dear.
The scent of incense was rising from the mug. Divine. The hammer produced a promising sound. G. A. B. A. It was rickety G. A. B. G. A. B. G. A. A. B. A. It was rickety G. A. A. B. G. B. A. A. Not a pleasant sound. B. A. G. B. A. G. A. B. A. It was rickety scaffolding. G. A. A. B. Well, that was fun. I poured the turpentine into the paint can. The hammer produced a promising sound. A. B. G. An F sharp. A. No, that wasn't quite right. B. A. G. F sharp. A. No, that wasn't quite right. A. B. F sharp. G. B. A. F sharp. G. B. A. F sharp. Oh, I was so close. G. A. B. F sharp. G. B. A. F sharp. Oh, I was so close. G. F sharp. A. No, that wasn't quite right. G. A. B. F sharp. G. A. That wasn't it. G. A. F sharp. No, that wasn't quite right. B. G. F sharp. No, that wasn't quite right. B. G. A. B. F sharp. G. A. That wasn't it. G. A. B. F sharp. G. A. That wasn't it. G. A. B. F sharp. No, that wasn't quite right. B. It was rickety scaffolding cluttered with tools and supplies. G. A. B. F sharp. G. A. That wasn't it. G A G B F sharp G G. That wasn't it. G. A. G. B. F sharp. G. G. That wasn't it. Well, that was fun. I rested the side mirror precariously on the candelabra. Not a snowball's chance. I secured the mirror in place with some yarn. Now that was something. The light from the candelabra spilled over the Black Madonna like waves of spiritual goodness in candle form. Pearl.
Shh, she doesn't want to be disturbed.
Hi, Dwayne.
Hey, George.
What were you whistling again?
Oh, it's Schubert's Ave Maria. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, Pearl needs me. There, dear.
The hammer produced a promising sound. A. G. B. F sharp. G. A. That wasn't it. G. A. G. B. F sharp. G. A. That wasn't it. Well, that was fun. Pearl.
Shh, she doesn't want to be disturbed.
Hi, Dwayne.
Hey, George. She seems to be feeling a bit better. The way the light falls on the Madonna. Maybe this place isn't so bad after all.
What can you tell me about Santa Cova?
Well, Pearl's the expert, not me. She knows everything there is to know about this chapel.
How you holding up?
Me? Oh, I'm fine. Pearl, on the other hand. Oh, excuse me. Pearl needs me. There, dear.
The hammer produced a promising sound. A. G. B. F sharp. G. G. That wasn't it. G. A. G. B. F sharp. G. A. That wasn't it. G. B. F sharp. G. A. That wasn't it. B. G. A. G. B. F sharp. G. F sharp. No, that wasn't quite right. B. G. F sharp. G. B. A. G. I had it. It was the tune Dwayne was humming.
Josh, that's Ave Maria. Let me have a go.
Wow, you really nailed that, Nico.
Yep, this mop really is pretty special. Leave this to me.
Pumpkin? Oh my!
What?
The sound of angels, the lights of heaven, the smell of piety, and
Yes?
the Madonna, I do believe. Tears. She's crying, Dwayne. The Madonna's crying. Little Timmy. Wrong side of the road. Not my fault. Broken leg. Compensation claim. Forgive me, poor Timmy.
Oh, Pearl, my precious. You're such a sensitive soul.
Well, now that's done. I feel my soul's floating on air. We can get on with our pilgrimage, Dwayne.
Just another 1,000 clicks to go.
Pearl was back to her usual cheery self. Mrs. Henderson,
George, dear boy.
how you feeling?
Oh, just fine, thank you. I have just seen a miracle, George. It's all gonna be all right from now.
I'm sure it is, Mrs. Henderson. I'm sure it is. So, Pearl, what have you been up to since we last met?
Well, George, I've been on a journey.
Oh, really? Well, what kind of journey?
A spiritual one. A journey along the road to enlightenment.
Wow. And is that what brought you here?
It is. Though Santa Cova is but one step on that road.
What's so special about Santa Cova?
It's an ancient and very holy place. I've spent the last year researching it, and I can truly say there is nothing I do not know about it.
I don't suppose you'd know anything about that rock out there?
No, only that for 1,000 years, people have claimed to see a face in its shapes.
Still, keeping busy, Dwayne?
Like the man said, George, that old kaleidoscope keeps getting shaken, and the pieces are ever in flux.
Guess it's your job to pick 'em up, huh?
Well, somebody has to do it, compadre.
I enjoyed talking to Dwayne, but I was rarely any the wiser afterwards. What can you tell me about the statue?
I read that the Black Madonna has been here since the 9th century. She's called the Virgin of Montserrat. Some say the original was moved to the cathedral. But Dwayne and I know that's just a bluff, don't we, honey?
We sure do. This one is the real McCoy.
What can you tell me about Santa Cova?
Well, dear, they call it the Chapel of the Holy Grotto. It was built directly into the mountain itself in 1696. It survived the Napoleonic Wars, mudslides, Civil War. But the chapel is still standing today. It's a miracle.
Or a restoration.
What was that, dear?
Yes, a miracle. Pearl, does this mean anything to you?
Oh, nothing, dear. Apart from the obvious Gnostic connotations, of course.
What?
You know, the Dominicans. All those Gnostic saints. Doubting Thomas, Judas. And you see the woman in the red cloak? The infamous Mary Magdalene herself.
A lady in red.
That's enough now, Dwayne. You know my feelings about her.
Pearl knew her Gnostic onions, all right.
Then there's the Ouroboros, of course.
Something special about it?
Well, if I remember rightly, there was an Ouroboros right here in this chapel. Back in the 30s and 40s, the chapel was renovated. The workmen uncovered numerous symbols carved in the rock. Amongst them was a fine Ouroboros.
But that's amazing. So, where is it?
Oh, it's not there now.
Oh.
It was considered blasphemous, so they plastered over it. Sweetheart, I think it's time for us to go. The road to enlightenment waits for no woman.
'Tis the pilgrim's lot, George.
It was so nice to see you again.
And meet your girlfriend.
We're not...
Take this radio, Nico. Never know when you might need it. Keep an eye on our boy George here.
Poor little lost lamb.
I'm not.
Don't worry, this little lamb's in safe hands. Bon voyage.
Bye-bye, dears.
See ya.
Nico, don't even start.
Little lamb?
Let's focus on the task in hand, shall we? Okay, this Ouroboros that Pearl mentioned,
You're right. We need to find it.
I needed a better idea. The Black Madonna was clearly the focal point of the chapel. The candlelight was dancing on the Black Madonna. Now that was one heavenly sight. A modern plaster altar had been built against the rock. I hoped this was the right thing to do. Hey, Nico, I found the Ouroboros.
So what now?
Pearl was right. The plaster had covered an Ouroboros. The medallion matched the Ouroboros in the wall. It was a recess in the rock with Puritas carved above it. I pushed the Ouroboros, but nothing happened. I'd already found the Ouroboros. There was no need to damage any more of the chapel. Nope, I needed to try something else. The medallion matched the Ouroboros in the wall. That wouldn't make any sense. I already had a candle. It was an ordinary candle in a colored glass. That would be pointless. The medallion matched the Ouroboros in the wall. That wasn't worth trying. It was an old crank handle. I needed a better idea. I placed a candle in the recess above which Puritas had been carved. The medallion matched the Ouroboros in the wall. Nope, I needed to try something else. What was that noise? The medallion matched the Ouroboros. Ex igne puritas. Through fire, purity. That wouldn't work. The candle was already burning. I didn't want to waste my last match. That would be... The Black Madonna was clearly the focal point of the chapel. I knew it. Another secret passageway.
Amazing, Charles. How did you do it?
Just another case of the old Stobart magic, I guess, Nico. It looks a little dark in there.
Are you scared, George?
Of course not. Just worried about you tripping, that's all. Whoa, this is one dark cave.
It's the door that worries me, George.
Well, I'm sure the door will open again if we give it a minute. No need to panic. Now we panic. Help! I gotta say, Nico, you're pretty calm about this.
Traveling with you, George, I've got used to this kind of thing. If I panicked every time a door shut behind us, probably forever, well...
You're right. What was I thinking? You see if you can get the door open, and I'll go check out the dark, evil-smelling cave. Fumbling around in the dark wasn't going to be fun. But heck, I'd spent a lifetime doing it, so what was new? I could feel something smooth and spherical with clumps of what felt like fur or hair. For a moment, I imagined falling forever in the dark. But it was just my imagination running wild. The floor was solid. It was a small, round object made of fabric with a musty smell. Using my last match to identify the fabric was not going to get us out of there. The thing had branches like a tree. It felt cold and smooth, with some indentations along the surface. It was a flat surface like stone. I didn't want to use my last match. The wall felt like it had something carved into it. My guess was it was a hat, but without light I couldn't be sure. My guess was it was a hat, but without light I couldn't be sure. I touched the object again. There was a fingertip-sized hole. I stuck my finger in. It was slightly sticky. My guess was it was a hat. I needed to save the match. I only had one shot. I wondered what that was. I wondered what that was. I couldn't tell what it was in the darkness. I was pretty sure it was some sort of stone table. Tree or not, it was cold to the touch like it was made from stone. Tree or not, it was cold to the touch like it was made from stone. It was cold to the touch and felt like carved rock. The carved stone felt like the branches of a tree. I needed a better idea. That was never going to work. It wasn't the time to take up extreme blackout sculpture. It wasn't the time to take up extreme blackout sculpture. Hey.
Hi.
Any luck opening the door?
No, not yet. If you find some light, we can search the rest of the room.
I had no idea what might be lurking in the darkness. Tree or not, it was cold to the touch like it was made from stone. I needed some light to tell what the carvings were. I needed some light to tell what the carvings were. The match might have helped, but it was the only one I had. I kept telling myself there was nothing there, but I found that hard to believe. I kept telling myself, tree or not, it was cold to the touch like it was made from stone. I didn't want to use my last match until I absolutely needed to. It felt cold and smooth, like worn stone. I needed to save the match. I only had one shot. The carved stone felt like the branches of a tree. The match might have helped, but it was stone with a recess in it and, an oily liquid in it. There was some kind of thin twine in the middle of it, too. I didn't want to use my last match until a large stone bowl with some kind of oily liquid in it. A large stone bowl with some kind of oily liquid in it. It was a small stuffed animal of some kind. Short-haired. I guessed it was a tailless squirrel, or perhaps a small badger. I was pretty sure it was some sort of stone table. I couldn't tell what it was in the darkness. A large stone bowl with some kind of oily liquid in it. My guess was it was a hat, but without light I couldn't be sure. It was just my mind playing tricks in the dark. A large stone bowl with some kind of oily liquid in it. A large stone bowl with some kind of oily liquid in it. Hey, Nico, I think I found some light. Whoa!
It must be Ganon. Ramon said he disappeared while searching the mountains for the tabula.
So this is where he ended up. Dead in a cave. Hole in the head dead. Decomposing for decades dead. And on closer inspection, I'd even say blown your own brains out dead.
Okay, George, I get the point. What is this place?
Who knows? But look at the Gnostic symbols.
You're right. The colors, the trees. But who is she?
It looks like the Virgin Mary, but I don't think it is.
What do you mean?
The red robes and that whole off-the-shoulder look? It must be Mary Magdalene, of course. Marquez told me that the Gnostics revered her. This place, it's some kind of Gnostic shrine.
There's got to be something to release that door. Maybe amongst these carvings.
But if it was that obvious, don't you think Ganon would have found it? Getting up close and personal to Ganon's leathery corpse wasn't pleasant, but we had to figure out how to get out of there. Ganon had certainly been busy before he blew his brains out. I wonder what he'd been up to.
Nico,
What?
is this what I think it is? It must be the Tabula Veritatis.
So Genon did find it.
It's so small, so innocent looking. Why would Simeon call it evil? Why so many deaths for this?
And why go to such lengths to keep it hidden?
Unless it is as genuinely dangerous as Simeon claimed.
The question now is, what do we do with it?
Ex luce veritas. Out of light, truth. I'd seen the same words on the fresco at Castel de Sants. It was an old water canteen. The contents had long since been drunk. It was an old flashlight. It looked like it died around the same time as Ganon. The photograph was of an ancient clay tablet. Ganon had written on it. Someone, presumably Ganon, had taken the time to translate the inscription. At a glance, the inscription seemed to relate to the exploits of someone called the Sun King. The symbol on the tablets looked similar to the ones etched into the face of the Tabula Veritatis. She translates as Mountain Kingdom. Ganon had marked this symbol with the letter B. If Ganon's translation is correct, the symbol La-Ha-Shi represents the Sun City region. Ganon had marked this symbol in red with the letter A. Du-A-Shi apparently means the Two River region. If Ganon's translation is correct, the symbol La-Ji-Shi represents the Sunset Mountain. Sounds like a theme park ride. The symbol Zhu-Ha was translated as the Young Cities. Ganon had marked this symbol with the letter E. I prized the map out from under the arm of the corpse. It looked like Ganon had scrawled some kind of last testament onto this map. My friends, I know that you will eventually find me, but by then it will be too late. I have decoded the tabula, and I know our destiny lies in paradise. The key to the power of God is in our hands. I die secure in the knowledge that you will now be able to complete my work. Tell my family that I died doing my duty, that I surrender my life gladly to the cause. In the light of the day, these words will fade, like our souls. But rest assured that when they do, their echoes will guide us to where we will meet once again. I'm not sure, but it looks like crafty old Ganon left a secret message in his testament. It had to be Ganon, in which case the body had been there for decades. There was a bullet hole in the side of his head. Just like us, he'd been trapped. He'd chosen suicide. I picked up the old gun. It was too corroded and rusty to ever be fired again. It was a fedora, just like the one in Ganon's trunk back at the Castel. The years hadn't been kind to it. There were ancient scratches on the plinth, as if someone had moved the statue. I'm sure that this is Mary Magdalene.
The red robes. It all makes sense. The Madonna would be wearing blue. So, who's the child?
Well, according to the Gnostic Gospels, when Mary kissed the lips of Jesus, she,
Oh, I see.
Yep,
So the Gnostics think that the suckling child is...
I guess so. The pillar had been sculpted into a tree and then painted blue. I knew it was supposed to be the tree of knowledge. The pillar had been carved into the shape of a tree and painted green. I knew it represented the tree of life. Blue paint was peeling from the carved figure. I wondered if it was an image of Lucifer. The carved figure had once been green. I wondered if it was a representation of Jehovah. A large carving of the Tabula Veritatis symbol. All the other figures in the scene seemed to be supplicating themselves to it. A large carving of the Tabula Veritatis symbol. A group of figures looked up towards the tabula. They were all colored red. I'd seen something like it before. The ornate lamp warranted a closer look. Oil in the bowl of the lamp fed a wick, illuminating the room with a warm glow. Ex luce veritas. Out of light, truth. When I held the map up to the flame, something started to change. The writing on the map started to react to the heat. Well, I'll be darned.
What is it?
At a guess, the locations on the map might match up with the ones he's marked on this photograph. That wasn't worth trying. I needed a better idea. If this letter is the same location as the one marked D on Gainan's translation, this must be Sunset Mountain. If the letter E matches the one on Gainan's translation, this must be the location of the young cities. If this letter matched the one on Gainan's translation, this must be the location of the Sun City. If the letters match the ones on Gainan's translation, this must be the Mountain Kingdom. If this letter matched the one on Gainan's translation, this must be the location of the Three Rivers region. That wouldn't make any sense. That would be pointless. I didn't want to burn that. I didn't want to burn that. Ex luce veritas. Out of light, truth. The circle of iron was set into an ornate frame that covered the oil lamp. I was sure there were no more secrets to reveal. That wouldn't work. They were all colored red. I'd seen something like it before. I guessed that finding the tabula was the easy part. Figuring out its purpose was a different proposition. A row of symbols were etched onto the top bar of the tabula. These symbols looked just like the ones on the photograph of the clay tablet. A row of symbols were etched onto the top bar of the tabula. These symbols looked just like the ones on the photograph of the clay tablet. According to the translation, some guy called the Sun King once had the Tabula Veritatis in his possession. The symbol on the tablets looked similar to the ones etched into the face of the Tabula Veritatis. It looks like Ku-U is the symbol for the Tabula Veritatis in this language. If the translation is right, the symbol La-On represents the Sun King. If the rest of the translation is anything to go by, it sounds like he was quite the badass in his time. Apparently, the symbol Ib-on-Shi meant 3 kingdoms. Gainan had translated this glyph, Ah-Shu, as Blood River. Doesn't sound like a vacation spot. According to Gainan's translation, this symbol is I-Ju-Lu, which means witnessing the start of Godhead. Si-Ip-Ju was translated as the Gardens of Enemy Dead. The symbol La-On-I meant the Sun King looked. If Gainan's translation is correct, the symbol Ip-Lu-Ap means enemy godhouse. Probably the temple of some rival deity? The symbol G-ip-ku meant ending enemy people. I'd guess that means poking people with pointy sticks rather than kissing and making up. If Ganon's translation is correct, the symbol Ka-ip-ha means burning enemy cities. Whoever this Sun King guy was, he certainly had a point to prove. The symbol Ku-is-I was translated as people, travel, look. Some kind of prehistoric tourists? I guess that finding the tabula was the easy part. Figuring out its purpose was a different proposition. The tabula was engraved with a number of curious-looking symbols. These symbols looked just like the ones on the photograph of the clay tablet. The symbol on the tablets looked similar to the ones etched into the face of the Tabula Veritatis. That was never... I didn't want to burn them. I was sure there were no more secrets to reveal. I wondered if Ganon's notes on the photograph might help me decode the tabula. The symbol Zhu-ha was translated as the young cities. Ganon had marked this symbol with the letter E. I wonder if it relates to the secret markings on Ganon's map. That was the first row of symbols cracked. It was all starting to make sense. So, these are directions. Begin at Sun City, travel 5 days east to a river, travel south 6 days through a desert to the source of 4 rivers.
Hey, Nico, I've cracked it.
Fantastic.
The Tabula Veritatis. It's a set of directions. Take a look at this map.
The inscription says to start here at Sun City. Gainan hid the location in his map. It then says to travel 5 days east to a river, then turn south and travel 6 days through a desert to the source of 4 rivers.
And what is that?
I'm not sure, but it must be important, right?
Right. Important enough for the Gnostics to try and keep it a secret for thousands of years. And guess what? I think I may have found a way out.
You have?
Look, while you were busy playing Ancient Scholar, I found this.
What did it do?
I'm not sure.
It didn't open the door.
Perhaps we're missing something.
Must be. If Gainan died looking for a way out, there has to be more to it than just a hidden button.
Then let's keep looking.
In the lost language of medieval mechanisms, that noise was the sound of disappointment, unfulfilled dreams, and sadness. Nothing had happened. The circle of iron was set into an ornate frame that covered the oil lamp. The medallion fitted snugly into the socket. Whoa, would you take a look at that?
The light from the medallion is illuminating this blue figure.
This could be our ticket out of here.
If you're right, that explains why Gainan never got out of here. He didn't have the medallion.
Nothing had happened. I gave the statue a push, and it turned anti-clockwise. That would be pointless. I needed a bet. That wouldn't have worked. They were all colored red. I gave the statue another shove.
That sounded like something important happened. That sounded like something important happened.
Nothing had happened. Is that the door?
Thank God. I was getting worried we'd be trapped here, just the two of us forever.
There could have been worse ways of being trapped forever.
It is the door. Come on, Georges.
I needed to grab the medallion before we left. It was way too useful to leave behind. Nico and I had the Tabula Veritatis at last. Now all we needed to do was to find Eva and rescue Marquez. And make our getaway.
Don't die on me now, old man.
Georges, it's Langdon.
Stay back.
For the last time, where is the tabula?
You'll never find it.
It's here in this chapel, isn't it?
Just tell him, Papa.
I will tell you nothing.
Look at your daughter, senor. My man would be happy to hurt her.
I cannot let you raise Lucifer. You will bring chaos to the world.
Georges, we have to do something.
You're dying, old man. Tell me what I want to know.
You'll never find it.
With luck, Langham wouldn't notice that the gun was useless. Hold it there, Langham.
Well, if it isn't my least favorite American. Where is the tabula?
Even if I did have it, why would I give it to you?
Because you don't have a choice.
For God's sake, shoot him, George.
Yes, go on. Shoot me, why don't you?
Don't push me.
That gun would never fire. Give me the gun before you hurt yourself.
I didn't rate my chances with just a rusty old pistol.
Now, do you have the tabula?
I don't have it. We couldn't find it.
You're lying. I promise you I will kill the old man. I ask again, do you have the tabula?
If I give you the tabula, then you promise you'll let us all go free?
I give you my word.
No, George, no.
So, the tabula veritatis. Actually, I will need to take the girl with me. The old man would just slow us down.
No, I'm staying here. My father needs medical help. If he doesn't get it, he will die.
Oh, really?
No!
Problem solved.
Langham, you'll rot in hell for what you've done.
Hell, quite the opposite, believe me. The world will be a better place, George, once Jehovah has been destroyed.
What?
Lucifer will set us free.
You can't destroy Jehovah.
I can, and I will. Bring the girl.
But you agreed to let us all go free.
She may be of use yet. One of my men will be outside. If they try to follow me, shoot them.
It would be my pleasure, boss.
Eva. You must get the tabula back.
We don't even know where he's going.
All we know is that it's somewhere in the Middle East.
Nothing else?
There was a note, something about our destiny lies in paradise.
And we found a map. It shows the source of 4 rivers, but that's all we have.
Can it be?
You know what that means?
In Genesis, there is a river. It flows from paradise and divides into 4.
Where is this place? This paradise?
Eden is going to Eden.
The Garden of Eden? But that's just a Bible story, a myth.
No, it's a real place. It's where Jehovah created life, where Lucifer gave Eve knowledge, where the gods are held in balance.
And now Langham has the tabula to lead him right to it.
Only you can stop him. You must defeat him.
But how?
Eva, she will know.
He'd gone, but I knew he was right. We had to stop Langham and rescue Eva. Marquez was dead. It was a fire extinguisher. Good idea with all the candles around. The paint can smelled of turpentine. The candles were burning brightly. There was a door at the bottom of the steps, but I would never have managed to reach it. It was a door to an unknown area of the chapel. I didn't think there was a way down to that door from inside the chapel. Hey, over there!
Just try it, sunshine.
Yikes. That wasn't going to get me anywhere. The drain pipe entered a small, flat drain cover. It was a door to an unknown area of the chapel. It was a small, flat drain cover. There was no point putting that in the drain. There was no point putting... It was a door to an unknown area of the chapel. I didn't want to attract attention to myself without a plan. Nico, what do we do now?
We find a way to get past that guard.
It was a selection of tools. The scaffolding had been hastily bolted together. It looked rickety. Another can of paint was suspended from the scaffolding. It was an oil drum. The carving depicted a figure kneeling to the Madonna. The mug was now filled with a dark ash. Hey, Nico, I've got a plan. Over.
Roger, George, what are you thinking? Over.
I'm gonna place the radio out here. Maybe it'll be enough to distract the guard. Give me a second to set this up, then start talking.
Got it.
I carefully positioned the radio in the drain.
Quick, George, I found a way out.
I'm warning you, I will shoot.
I needed a better idea. The radio had slipped out of reach. The radio had slipped out of... Nico, what do we do now?
We find a...
Could you use your radio to get the guard's attention? Wait till I'm out on the balcony. Then we'll know if he falls for it.
Sure. I'll see what I can do.
Okay, Nico, now!
Get a move on, George. That guard won't know.
Don't think I won't shoot you.
The hammer hit the guard on the head with enough force to knock him out. It was a door to an unknown... Nico, let's get out of here. That guard won't be causing us any more problems.
What did you do to the guard?
Those steps must have been slippery. He took a little tumble. Nico, look. There's a cable car ready to go. Quick, before Langham locks down the system.
You don't think perhaps we should have waited for the next one?
Well, we caught it, didn't we? What's all the fuss? Now, if I can just open this window, I think we'll be fine. Okay, maybe not. Don't panic just yet. I'll think of something. I couldn't quite reach the handle. It was a long way down. Damn it. It's a little stuck. Just give me a second.
Just hurry up!
Nico!
So, we meet again. I've come for my painting.
What painting?
La Malediction.
Gesundheit.
Don't play games with me. We both know the painting conceals a treasure, Mr. Stobart.
You know, even if the painting was yours, I wouldn't give it to you. You're just a common gangster.
A fine sentiment. But I won't let you cross me again.
Again?
You stole my ruble, my Platinum 12 ruble.
That was just an old coin.
$150,000 worth of old coin.
Wow. Well, a guy could do a lot of redecorating with that.
Ah, enough of your American humor. You will tell me where to find the treasure, and you will tell me now.
Not gonna happen. And did you really just say, so we meet again?
Hello? Down here!
Oh, hello, miss.
Could you help me out, please?
Sorry, no can do. But while you're down there, maybe you can clear something up for me.
What?
Something you said when we first met's been playing on my mind.
Do I have a choice?
Exactly.
Exactly what?
Choice.
I don't follow.
You see, I'm a determinist. Goes with this line of work. But what you said in London made me ask one of the big questions. Is there such a thing as free will? Because if there is, then I've made some pretty dodgy choices in my time. So help me out a bit here.
So, you're a determinist. Isn't that just an excuse to let Medovsky boss you around?
At least I know who's controlling me actions. Do you?
Of course. I do as I choose.
So you chose to leap off that cable car, did you?
Yes, because you and Medovsky shot at me. You did choose to shoot at me, didn't you?
Well, yes. But I didn't choose to shoot that geezer in the gallery.
We have a choice. We always have a choice. Just like you've got a choice right now. Help us or not.
I don't know. I'd like to. But the boss...
My philosophy class seemed to be working. Face it, Shears. Determinism is just a way to hide from responsibility.
Maybe you're right. So what?
So, do you have regrets?
No. I don't think so. But I am a little worried. This whole free will thing has got me thinking.
What do you enjoy in life, Shears?
Well, I like footy, a good scrap, and topiary.
If what you create in topiary is predetermined, what's the point?
Topiary isn't about freedom of expression. It's horticultural Valium. It makes the voices stop.
Can't you stop Medovsky?
As I said, it would be futile to try. His actions are predetermined, like mine.
So, you're a football fan, right?
Gotta love the beautiful game.
So if determinism was valid, why would anyone play? What would be the point of it all?
Sometimes when we lose, that's just what I think.
You never intended to kill Henri?
I just wanted to rough him up a little. But the gun went off and the rest is history. Free will didn't come into it.
But you'd made that choice not to shoot him. The fact he died was an accident.
So you think I've got a chance of redemption?
If by redemption you mean a spell in jail with time off for good behavior, then yes, I think there is a chance for you.
And you know what?
No, enlighten me.
I'm getting too old for this crime lark. I think I'm having an epiphany. Of course, it might just be indigestion. No, it's definitely an epiphany. I think you're right. The only thing that has led me here is me and my actions. I'm going to talk to the boss. He's sure to listen to reason. Boss! Boss!
What is it, you imbecile? How many times have I told you not to interrupt me when I'm about to kill somebody? Remember what we agreed. I am the big man who takes care of the big things.
And I am the little man who takes care of the little things.
Exactly. So, haven't you got a little thing you should be doing?
There is one little thing, now you mention it.
Well, don't let me stop you. Get on with it, you big baboon.
If you say so, boss.
Oh. Oh, dear.
There you go. Free will under orders. Now that is what I call a real paradox.
George? You took your time back there.
Medovsky and I had a lot to catch up on. And you and Shears seem to be getting on just fine. So, I figured you'd holler when you were done. Always nice to see old friends.
Oh, thank God it's you two. You would not believe what just happened.
Try us.
Oh dear, the monks aren't going to like that.
We had a little philosophical disagreement on the way up. Nothing the little TLC won't fix.
Yeah, they're not really broken, more in a transitional state. It's amazing what a lick of paint can do.
What now, George?
We find Langham, we stop his crazy plan, we rescue Eva, and you win a Pulitzer.
When you put it like that, George, sounds easy.
So, how are we going to catch Langham now?
Well, we've got a pretty good idea where he's going.
True, Mesopotamia. Or Iraq, as it is now. Not exactly a prime tourist spot.
Need a lift?
I don't think we'll catch Langham in a limo, but thanks.
I'm not talking limo, mate. I'm talking Medovsky's full-on, fully fueled tax and ticket Learjet 60.
You think you can get us to Iraq?
Wouldn't be the first time, if you know what I mean. I've got the keys, the contacts, and a full drinks cabinet. How about it? It's the least I can do.
The last thing I remembered was getting on board Medovsky's jet and accepting a cocktail from Shears. Hello? Anybody there? What happened to the light?
Is that better?
Whoa! Senor Marquez?
Indeed. Hello, George.
But you're dead.
Does death worry you?
You bet. I got a nasty feeling it's coming my way.
You have no choice. You cannot allow Langham to destroy Jehovah. Lucifer and Jehovah must rule in harmony. or chaos will prevail.
Don't listen to him, George. He is here to lead you astray. He is a Gnostic, a heretic. Lucifer is the devil. He should be defeated. Jehovah must reign supreme.
Whoa, hold your horses, Padre. I'm no big fan of the devil, but follow Jehovah, and what do you get? Subservience, repression, mindless conformity. Not my cup of tea, pal. I'm more into sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Bacchus is the god for me.
Ah, see what you get when you turn from Jehovah. A paint-spattered hedonist. Don't listen to either of them, George. A heretic and a lazy drunk.
Hey, I'm not lazy.
Nor I a heretic,
I were best forger in the business.
and I gladly died for my faith, as did thousands of my ancestors.
Whoa, 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 fellas, please. My dream, my rules, okay? Now, it seems to me that what you call greed, he'd call ambition, and your subservience is his order. In just about an hour's time, I'm going up against a guy who intends to destroy God. I need advice, practical advice.
Have a stiff drink and go down fighting. You're a dead man walking anyway.
Nonsense. Put your faith in God, and he will be your shield.
Don't listen to them, George. They're both wrong. Maintain the harmony. Protect the balance.
But how do I...
You have the answer in your hands, George.
In my hands? Wow, what do you mean?
Josh, wake up. You were dreaming.
What? Oh, what was all that about?
You were dreaming. Something about sex and drugs from the sound of it.
Yeah. Are we there yet?
Well, that looks like the source of 4 rivers, so the Garden of Eden is right down there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. I hope you've had a pleasant flight. The temperature in Eden is a pleasant 30 degrees centigrade. We shall be landing on a flat plain about 2 kilometres into the desert, which you will find is a pleasant stroll to your destination. Fasten your seatbelt and all that gubbins. Finally, may I take this opportunity of thanking you personally for choosing to fly Air Shares. We do hope you'll fly again with us soon.
Come on, I think we're nearly there.
Wait, Charles. I think Shields is having a moment.
Bleeding hellfire. I'm cream crackered. Just give me a moment.
You go on. We'll catch you up.